guard getting to the rim. It is something that has left so many Florida's fans' jaws on the floor throughout her 4-year career. Just 2 more goals from passing Kitty Cullen, one of the great names in Florida lacrosse history, for the 3rd most goals in program history. Also one of the top goal scorers in conference play this year. But that's what's so important for Temple. Talk about Florida controlling the tempo as Mastro Pietro goes down on top of the Gator logo. Big collision there. On Matty Barber. And Harrison going to be charged with the card. And a 2-minute advantage coming for Temple. Seems clear and obvious there as Florida was trying to fight for possession.
Yeah, and it looks like they get him on the second one. Mastro Pietro was a little bit slow to get up, but good to see her jogging off under her own power. Likely see her right back in the game. But yeah, to your point, Sean, I mean, this scoring depth is there across the board for this Florida offense. I mean, they don't have anybody in the top 100, countrywide players, and they're talking about the #1 scoring offense in all of Division I.
They love to share the sugar. Meanwhile, for Temple, we talk about Florida trying to control its own tempo and not falling into the Temple trap of how that defense forces so many turnovers.
Yeah,
but for the Owls, not trying to do things too quickly like we saw in that previous possession. They draw a shooting space call here. Amelia Wright, 25 goals on the year, will reset from the 8.
Yeah, and maybe this is part of it for Temple, is earning these free position opportunities.
Aww.
Sets it up on the crease.
Nope.
Denial in front. Loose ball secured by Fennell.
Well,
It's going to take time for our team to score. It's like very like...
Caitlin Davies, good to see her back out there. Missed last week's game at Cincinnati with a stinger. In the starting lineup again today, the sophomore has moved back to line defense and helping replace the loss of Kat Flaherty from the first half of the season. Florida just seems to have so many options on both sides of the ball.
And they really do. When you talk about the depth, I mean, the young players as well. I mean, we talked about Dyer, freshman of the week, and the sophomore getting action here. And not to mention your superstars on attack. Of course, they've been here for a while.
Florida playing a little stall ball here. Harrison's yellow card and the shot clock even.
Yeah, so we predict they'll probably make some kind of break for Cage in 15, 20 seconds.
A lot of these teams are like really tough, but and I know Florida Gators is one of my favorite teams, especially that one.
Everybody trying to enjoy the sunshine out here at the Diz. It was raining pretty hard about an hour before first draw. Now Heller starts to pick up the pace. Out wide to Hall, finds Waters, flips, and could not score.
And couldn't connect.
Roman locked in early.
Come on, guys.
Number 5, and I don't know how she comes
the
up with
left.
This.
Whoa!
Beauty from Waters. That gets tucked home in the back corner every time.
Come on.
Hannah
We got
Heller
some little
comes
work
off the
to
bench
do.
Onto the field. Florida back to 7-on-7 lacrosse. I know we're
And
just
I
over
would
9 minutes in.
probably say that
Taylor Grollman doing a lot early for Temple.
luckily they have their own marching band field
looks to break through Fennell.
like my campus does.
Again, I mean, the Gators defense is really just as good
Why?
as offense is
Because
now.
we do. That's why they have the Geezy field right over there.
Unit, really 5-6 games into the season.
Pancini steps up on Roth for a moment. 6th in the AAC rather, in points this year with 20 of them in conference games. Can distribute and score. Finds an angle. And goes
yes, it's good! Goal! 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 First goal of the game!
Just good one-on-one lacrosse right here. And you credit Mackenzie Roth. We know how great of a goal scorer she is, and she's able to just beat.
And will that go? Yes, it does. Score!
Bounce that one past Fennell.
That is a tough angle to try and score.
First goal of the game.
The first 2 Temple shots on target.
And that was by Mackenzie Roth, who made the first goal of... No, that's her 16th goal of the season. This is her first one of the game so far.
You look at throughout this 14-game win streak, just one time they haven't scored 15 goals. That was the overtime win in Maryland that kicked off the streak.
Yeah, and this is huge for Temple right now. That's why Grolman's 5 saves here to start this game are so massive. I mean, nobody would fault her if this was a 5-1, 4-1 game right now, but because she's made those saves, it's basically even right now in terms of momentum.
Falk smacks it away from a red shirt. Cherry and White cannot come up with it. The Florida draw unit, 4th best draw control percentage in the nation this year. It's a big reason why it has led to some of these explosive offensive numbers.
Yes, how many times this season have we just seen the Gators shoot 2 or 3 goals in a span of a minute, really nailing in the coffin? And I said earlier, I mean, Florida's been putting away teams in the first quarter, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I mean, they've outscored teams in the first quarter for the rest of the game, and that's not the case today. Credit Temple for that.
Egan trying to find a cutting Corey, got caught up in traffic. Gators turn it over. That's what's going to be tough. There's not going to be a lot of room to operate inside the arc.
Yeah, a couple things about this Temple team. They cause a lot of turnovers. They take some risks defensively, but as you see, it pays off here. And they don't foul a lot. I mean, neither does Florida really, but they look for that free position that the Gators rely on to boost their scoring numbers. And Temple not willing to cede as many as those as Florida's seen from their opponents so far this year.
So far from this
Temple
year,
does so well.
yeah, I still want to be
9
watching
goals
it.
per game.
Yeah, we lost on the last game.
Giving up
This
an
is
average
University
of
of
4
Florida
in
did.
the first
So,
half this season.
but I'm still watching this.
Roth looks to distribute.
So it looks
Mancini
like
steps
one of my
up.
favorite teams, Florida Gators, has
Former captain.
won the last game of the regular season finale
Long
against
pass up
Temple.
top.
So
Sabrina Martin had it for a moment, working it around Dyer. Couldn't get the CTO on Roth. Forced the pass out to Hannah Schrader. Senior from Jersey, harassed by Teresa
good
Brown.
pass.
Martin with a shot, and that's a comfortable save for Fennell, her 3rd of the quarter.
Yeah, we see it again, and it's a shame. It was really great work by Roth.
I'll tell you something. Florida
front, and
Gators
they were
is
just unable to
also
get a
one of my
good shot
favorite
off.
players. I
Top of
mean,
the
one of my
shot
favorite
clock.
teams out there.
Dangerous pass intercepted.
Intercept already.
That's what
Turnover
Temple
from
does. They
Florida
love to
Gators.
step up and cheat on some of those passes that you might
Now, I'll
not think
tell you
twice
something.
about normally.
These teams are
But it
very
is
pretty tough
A
out
team
there.
that ranks number
But
3
during
in
the
the
last
NCAA
game of the
caused
season-
turnovers per game, almost 13 of them because of plays like that.
That was Katie Shallow, who we touched on in the open, and she's 2nd in the country in caused turnovers per game. And just when you think she might slow down, just a clean interception here.
Bonnie Rosen has said
Also,
for
I
years
can't
she loves
possibly
the
wait for
instincts
EA Sports College
Shallow
Football
has,
25
like
video
Danielle
game to come
Pavanelli,
out. So I will
Florida Star on the attack.
So when it
transitioning
comes
from
out,
a good
be
basketball
doing
career
the
in high school
season
to
mode
lacrosse
or
and
like play
becoming a standout.
like whatever it
position.
is. So the teams I'll play is Temple Owls, Florida Gators, Georgia Bulldogs, Alabama, and much more.
Bragg with a great swipe. Loose ball claimed by
And
Pansini.
I would
Bragg
say
struggled
that
with it for a moment.
it was like,
And a hit
you
of the
know,
stick called on the Owls and Roth. Back the other way. That's Temple's 5th turnover, John.
Yeah, and credit Florida. I mean, they're hanging right with this Temple team that's come to play today.
Florida.
So what happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object? So far, the defense reigns supreme, but how long can Temple and Taylor Grolman make this last? All probes. Pass to Pavanelli. Loses her footing. No whistle. And a hit up high on Monaco. You can hear that from the broadcast booth. Everybody knew it.
Uh-oh.
That's Shallow going off, it looks like, and she was aware right away as well.
I didn't even try to plead her case to the official.
Uh-oh.